Hi, I'm Sharon Abaud, immigration attorney. I'm here in sunny California. It's winter time and look how beautifully sunny it is. I can't believe it. But I'm here to talk to you about something really important. This is the typical situation, the typical question I get when people come to my office. Hey Sharon, I have a son, he's a US citizen, he just turned 21, so we're good. He just filled out some paperwork and we're good, right? Or, hey Sharon, I just married a US citizen, so it's just filling out some paperwork and that's it, right? No. There are a bunch of questions that an immigration attorney should ask you before you file for anything, and you should make sure that you do not have any grounds of inadmissibility that will trigger a denial, or in the worst case scenario, wind you up in deportation proceedings. Those things can be prevented if you do things the right way. Now, I want to talk about one thing specifically, and I want to explain this clearly, that when you have a family member who can file a petition for you, that's not the end of the analysis. That's only part one. You also need to make sure you qualify to immigrate, to become a lawful permanent resident. That's a whole separate process, applying for lawful permanent residence. So you want to make sure you qualify for that. And one big topic that comes up over and over again is the issue of unlawful presence, the issue of knowing, do you qualify to immigrate here in the United States, or do you have to immigrate abroad? A lot of people have to go to a U.S. embassy or consular office abroad, and that just changes the whole analysis. You know, if you immigrate here in the United States, you likely won't have to file for a waiver. But if you file abroad, you will have to file for a waiver. Of parents of U.S. citizens, if you're applying for residency because your child is a U.S. citizen over the age of 21, and you don't qualify to immigrate in the U.S., that means that you have to travel abroad. And guess what? When you travel abroad, you are triggering, if you've been in the U.S. for more than 1 year of unlawful presence, you are going to trigger the 10-year bar. That means that when you go to your interview to the country abroad, they're going to deny you. You're going to be denied abroad. You can't come back in. You're going to have to file for a waiver abroad. And you're going to have to wait for that waiver to get approved, and then you're going to have to reapply. This can take years. In the worst case scenario, you'll have to wait out 10 years. Sometimes you'll be permanently barred in certain situations. This is why it's so important for you to consult with an immigration attorney before you start your process. You need to know what's ahead of you. The other scenario is if you're a U.S. citizen, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you may qualify to file for a waiver before you travel abroad to the interview. And this will keep you abroad for a few weeks as opposed to years. So I strongly advise that you consult with an immigration attorney before you start. And not just that, educate yourself. No, do I even qualify to immigrate here in the United States? Because for the parents of U.S. citizen children, if you may not have that relationship, in order to file for a waiver here in the United States, so that you only leave for a few weeks as opposed to months, you have to be the spouse of a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, or you have to be the child of a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. If you're in a situation where your child is petitioning for you, you're not going to have that provisional waiver option available. So if you do not qualify to immigrate here in the United States, you may have to wait years outside. And this can really, this is just something you really want to know before you start the process. I prepared this really simple guide to help you understand generally if you're going to qualify to immigrate here in the United States, or if you're going to have to travel abroad. It's not a replacement for a consultation. I'm not saying that this is enough, that if you read this guide, that's it, you do not need to see an attorney. No. But at least it'll give you an idea, it'll educate you to know if you may qualify to immigrate here in the United States. And if you would like to download this ebook for free, I broke it down in really easy steps. You can download this ebook, and then we'll email you a link to the ebook. And I really hope that this helps you. You can download the ebook by clicking the link below. And I look forward to seeing you in our next video.